Hey guys, it's Carolee. I just want to share an extra little mini episode with you every single week because I want you to know that it's possible to do this thing called living your best life and doing the thing that lights you up while being a busy mom. And I want to give you a little bit of a background, behind the scenes look at what's going on in my actual life and how I am doing this, how I'm doing the things that light me up and being a mom at the same time. So I'm going to tell you about what's going on in my life and the lessons that I'm learning. Take a listen. This is from my Toastmasters speech on Tuesday. I hope you enjoy it.
My friend Amanda is 36 years old, and this morning she woke up in a hospital room and she opened her eyes and she said, "It's a miracle." That is actually her catchphrase, and she says it every single day because 3.5 years ago she was given less than 6 months to live. And so every day that she opens her eyes, no matter how much pain she is in, she declares it a miracle. And at this particular moment in time, she has an infection that has gone from her jaw, and they want to take out all of her teeth again. She's already had most of her teeth replaced. They want to take out her jaw and most of her teeth, and this infection has gone from her mouth and moved into her heart. And she doesn't know, once again, if she's gonna live or die. Over the last 3.5 years, she has broken 25 bones. She's had many life or death scenarios, and her life has been saved over and over and over again. But I've learned a lot working with her and producing her podcast for her, and we've become really close friends. And it is miraculous to watch her spirit and watch her take every single step, because she's been told over and over again that she may never walk again. Yesterday, my severely autistic, semi-verbal son had about a 3-hour meltdown because we ran out of punch packets. Let's have a moment of silence for the punch packets. And he very clearly told me all about how we needed to go get punch packets today. And when I said, okay, well, we're not going today because I bought you 3 boxes of punch packets 2 days ago, and you went through like 36 boxes or 36 packets of punch packets in like 2 or 3 days. And then he tried to argue with me about which day we would go be buying more punch packets. And we had this whole conversation, and he got very upset, and it was a whole big meltdown, and it was really overwhelming for me. And I remember 5 years ago when that same child could not say a single word. When instead of knowing that the reason he was upset was because of punch packets, all I would have heard was screaming and carrying on and crying and him hitting his head on the wall. I would have had no idea what the cause was. And so even though yesterday was overwhelming and difficult, I can look at it and I can see the miracle of his voice. 5 years ago, Joshua was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and somehow that diagnosis, he was 7 years old when he was diagnosed, and somehow from that moment on, he gained his voice. He went from being completely nonverbal to his speech just skyrocketing, and within a month he could say all his colors, and within a year I was going, thanks, just talking for a whole second because you're overwhelming me. Now I am married to somebody amazing, and he goes to work every single day at a job that, like many of you, might have a job that you are not totally in love with. He also has a job that he's not totally in love with. And some of those days are harder than others, and sometimes he gets yelled at by customers. And it's hard to look at a job, especially jobs these days where, income and inflation are not matching up with each other. And you look at the struggles of going to something every single day that is not the thing that sets your soul on fire. It's not the thing you were made to be doing in this world. It's not standing on stage at Toastmasters, pouring your heart and soul out. But you go every single day because your family needs the money, even though it's not quite the amount of money you were hoping it was going to be. And it is a little bit of a struggle to get up every single day and go back again and again and again every day. But I remember 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, when that same husband of mine couldn't walk, when he was told that he probably would never be able to go to a job again, when the government declared him disabled and that was it for the rest of his life. And somehow I'm able to look at that job, and I know he can also look at that job and see that it's kind of a miracle that he's able to go and do that every day, even though maybe it's not the thing he loves the most in the whole world. And the thing that I learned from these stories is that there is contrast in everything, to be sure. But there's also two sides. There are two ways to look at everything, and if you can just see the miracle side of it, it will change everything. My friend Amanda loves taking walks along the beach. She pointed something out to me once. When she looks at sunsets, she sees a miracle in every single sunset, because while there is light, you can only see the light if you also see the darkness. Sunsets are made more beautiful because there is both the darkness and the light. It's only when you have both that they are so stunningly gorgeous. And the same is true in our lives. It's only when I remember the pain and the miracle that I really see the glorious beauty in our lives. Thank you.
Right now, I am walking for a miracle alongside Amanda Farron. We are hoping to spread inspiration and miracles, and it's a whole movement. So you really should join us and go follow her on Instagram and Facebook to find out more about this incredible movement. We're all walking. Amanda has this dream of walking across the country. And so we are all joining together, this whole huge people from all across the world. Actually, we're all joining together to take as many steps as we can to help her fulfill this dream. So I will put a link in the show notes so that you can join in and help us walk for a miracle if you want to join us.